Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you stuck with us. In the last segment, you just heard Cara talk about how to put your instrument together, how to care for your instrument, how to get that first sound on the head joint, and she also demonstrated how to play a B-flat major scale, one of the techniques that you will learn in beginning band. So now we're moving to the middle school level, or what we would call the intermediate level, and we have Ashlyn Loss. She is an 8th grader at West Ridge Middle School, and we're going to talk about breathing and sound quality, tone quality, using long tones, and using vibrato. So these are such great things to build upon from your beginner level. So after you've been playing for a couple of years, you're now in middle school, and these are the things that you're going to learn. So Ashlyn, are you ready to show us what you are made of? Let's start with some long tones. Here's Ashlyn. I'm here with Ashlyn today. She is going to demonstrate the intermediate level of flute playing on learning how to play an instrument. So Ashlyn, we are going to talk about how to produce that great sound, tone, vibrato. What is that word? So she's going to show us these things. So if you are in middle school, this is your level, okay? So you've already seen the beginners of how you start to play an instrument. Now you've reached the intermediate level of playing. So let's talk about breathing and sound and tone and all of those good bits, right? Okay, so the first thing that we want to do when we want to have a good sound is always have a great breath, right? Because we can't get sound until we put the air through the horn. So we want to make sure that we're relaxed. Are you relaxed? Mm-hmm. Let out all of our air, right? So let's just start with a long tone. So if you want to get better with having a mature sound, I would always start with slow practice and with long tones. And what long tones are, that pick a note. I normally like to start in the middle of my flute and then work my way down, because on our instrument is our lower octave that we want the big sound, and then I work my way up because the upper octaves tend to come out easily anyway. So I'm going to play a sound. I'm going to start on B natural, and then I'm going to go down chromatically. We'll talk about chromatics in our next segment, and then we're going to try to match the sound. So I'm gonna start on B. We've done this before. So. All right, you go. Try B on B natural. Nice. So what she's trying to do is emulate what I'm doing. So when you're listening to get a good sound and good tone, is that we want evenness. We don't want to have any waves during our sound. So nice and steady. So we don't want to hear da, 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 da. We just want to hear da, right?
Yep.
Yep. So let's try it again. Let's make sure that we're getting the best sound possible. And this is kind of a slow thing, but it develops our ear, and we develop a more sophisticated hearing. All right, so let's try B natural again. I'll start first. All right, so I had a little bit of discrepancy. I don't know if you caught it, but I did. So let's see if Ashley can do better than me. That sounds pretty good. I think she did a little bit better than me, you guys. So now we're going to take that sound and we're going to use it on our other notes. So we want to remember what we did on that note, and then we're going to use it on our other notes. So we're going to go from B natural to A, just down a half step. I'll go first, okay? So we want to make sure we get a nice deep breath. So I told you A, we're going to go from B to B flat, okay? No breath in between. Good. Not bad, right? So these are just some exercises that you can do, long tones, to develop a really great sound and to develop that sophisticated ear. I would work on these with a tuner, and you can find your tuner, especially if you have a smartphone, you can download it for free at any app store. So make sure you have a tuner and a metronome, and I promise you will have the best practice. All right, so we're moving on. Ashlyn has a great sound and great tone, and she's breathing perfectly. All right, so we want to extend on that tone. So how do we get a more mature sound? And I had said with that, you have to use vibrato. Can you say vibrato?
Vibrato.
Vibrato. Anyway, yes, vibrato. Vibrato is what we use as an effect, or you can really distinguish between the beginner player and the intermediate player by using vibrato. So how I teach vibrato is by pulses. So I will demonstrate on what I want Ashlyn to do. So we're going to do it on Be Natural, okay?
Yep.
So. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I was doing these big waves going ta. All right? Ashlyn, you think you can demonstrate that for me on B? Here we go. Relax the shoulders. Here we go. Nice. That's pretty good. Good job. All right, so we take that technique and we extend on that technique until we are comfortable with that vibrato. We want to speed up that pulse. So let's see if we can get it faster. Can you try that? Nice. All right, and we're going to try one more. It's kind of like a game. How fast can you vibrato? But we don't want to get too tacky because we don't want to be that old lady at church going in there and it's just all over the place. We don't want that. So we want to keep it nice and sophisticated. Maybe that's a good word.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try just a little bit faster. Give it a try. Wow. So Ashlyn has really been working on her skills and trying to get this whole new vibrato and mature sound. So let's take all of those things that we learned today, and Ashlyn's going to show us how to put all that together, and she's going to demonstrate an etude using great tone, and maybe you can catch some vibrato in some of her longer notes. Ashlyn, you ready? Okay. Wow, you sound amazing. All right, so Ashlyn did a wonderful job of demonstrating all of those techniques that we talked about today. So thank you so much, Ashlyn.